Hello, beautiful souls. It's Savannah, and I am really excited about this video. We are going to make a beautiful cottage plant starter hanging wall decor. How's that? I don't know what to call it. So if you're interested in that, stick around. It's going to be really simple using really easy products. And yeah, I'm excited about it. So it's Savannah. I'm sending you all so much love. Thank you so much for sharing part of your day. So this is a little bit different than my normal junk journals. I hope that you're going to like it. This channel has always, my intent for this was always to be more than just junk journal. I just have only been doing that for the most part. So if you're like me, which I think a lot of you are, we like to do our junk journals, but we also like to make our decor and lots of things. Rarely do I find someone who only does a junk journal paper craft, but maybe I'm wrong. So I have these. I bought these on Amazon a long time ago. They're like the little test tubes with a little cork lid. And these, I believe, are glass, a really thin glass. They might be plastic. They might be, I think that maybe they are plastic. It's hard to, yeah, I think they're plastic. I will link them below if I think they're plastic the way I'm throwing them around. I will link them below, either these or something very similar to it, because I bought these a long time ago. So what I'm wanting to do, because it's that time of year where like mint and even just like my household plants, all kinds of things, my greens, a lot of plants I'm wanting to start them. And there's a lot of plants that you can start in water. So by cutting, taking a cutting and then putting them in water until they grow roots. And so I just thought this would be a really beautiful way to display it in the house as decor. So what we're going to do, because this is plastic, I don't, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's plastic. I don't want to melt it, whether it's plastic or glass. I don't want to risk putting hot glue directly on here. So let me grab my other little bits here that we're gonna need. Hold on one moment. Okay, so I have prepped my wood pieces that we're gonna be using, and I have this beautiful, very cute Junjip bench top mini cut saw. And so it just attaches to your table. It's very small, very easy to use, and I use that today. I don't do a lot of big, heavy wood cutting. If I ever need that, I leave that for my husband, but this is just a tiny little thing for crafting that I love, love so much. I sent this to my husband about a year ago in like I shared an Amazon link after I'd seen a video on it. And then 6 months later on my birthday, he surprised me with it. So I will link it below. This is not a sponsored video. But for little things like this, it works really, really well. Alrighty, so if you want to see a more in-depth tutorial on how to use that, let me know and I can do it. You don't need it to do this project. It does just make it a little bit easier. So I just have some popsicle sticks here from the Dollar Tree. You get a whole package of them for $1.25 and there's 60 in there. So you can do a lot of stuff with them. So what I did, because I just want to create a little frame that these are going to sit on. So I just made them look like little fence posts. That's what's nice about that little saw is you can cut a 45-degree angle. And I was able to stack 4 of these and cut 4 at a time with it. And they locked in place. And then I cut the end off. So I started out with this and that's, with this, and that's what I ended up with. And then I took 2 more, and with these 2, I just cut the rounded corner off. So first what we're gonna do is we're gonna line these up as best we can. It doesn't have to be perfect. And we're going to make them like a little fence post. Isn't that cute? And then these are going to attach onto it like that. And then we'll put a hanger on the back of it. So super simple. So you can use hot glue, and that's what I'm gonna do because there's not gonna be too much weight on this. So this is super, super simple. If you don't have the little saw, all you need to do is, and let me show you, be very careful, but you just take your utility knife and you can draw it out. I'm just going to show you just very simply. Take a utility knife and you just score it a couple of times. And then, oh, a little bit more. So it just takes a little bit longer doing it this way. But you just score it. Like I said, be very careful. And if you have a cutting mat to put under it, I would say probably do that. But I know I'm not going to go all the way through this. Okay, let's see if that's enough. You score it and then it will snap off. You probably will have a little bit of an edge, but then you could even take a nail file and you can smooth that. So you would just want to, trace out, use a ruler and make your shape nice, right? And then score it with your knife and then it will snap. And then do the same thing on the bottom, okay? Like I said, it took me 2 seconds to do all 4 of these, well, maybe a minute, to do all of these with my little saw. So thank you to my wonderful husband for getting that for me. He's going to be so excited to see that I used it. So then what we're going to do, we want to line these up. Oh, the other thing you can do if you want to make it bigger is you can get paint sticks and you can do the same thing. I felt like that would be too big, but you could always also cut them in half and make them smaller. So if you wanted, a lot of times if you just go to the paint center and ask them for a whole bunch, they'll give you a whole bunch of paint sticks. So that works really well. But for this, I wanted to just use the popsicle sticks because I felt like the size of them worked really, really well. So what we want to do is line these up. Let's see, let me line them up on the bottom. So first what I'll do is, and I'm just going to eyeball this. So I'm going to put just some hot glue. Is it coming out? There it goes. Whoops. Some hot glue there. And line that up. And I got a little bit carried away. This will probably be the easiest way to do it. And then now I can come over here and line it up, and I know where to put the hot glue. You just want to do a little dab. And I can use another one popsicle stick to make sure they're lined up. And like I said, it does not have to be perfect. So those 2 are together. And then let's take our other straight one. And now we can put a little bit there, a little bit there. And push that down. This is so cute. It's going to be cute. I know it is. Yep, and those are straight. Okay. Then we're going to flip it over and figure out where we want these 2. And like I said, again, it doesn't have to be I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to eyeball it, and that looks pretty good. So dab of hot glue, dab of hot glue. And then and you have a little bit of time to move them around. Because the hot glue doesn't, there we go, dry instantly. There we go. Now we have our cute little fence post. I'm trying to decide at this point if I want to, and you could have it that way. I think I'm going to do it that way. I like it with the brace on the back. And that one's a little bit high up, but that's okay. Okay. Do I want to paint it? I think I do. I think I want to bring a little bit of color in. Okay, so I have this Hello Hobby Chalk Sage acrylic paint. I think this came from Walmart and it was on clearance. So I just need to get a paintbrush here. And I want to paint it with this sage green. It's not going to take much. Oh yeah, that's a pretty color. And since there might be some water that gets spilled on this, it'll be good to put a little paint down to protect the wood. Oh, that's a pretty color. And so I'm just going to paint this. Oh, there's a little bit of hot glue string. Get that off. And I think it's just going to need, especially because another hot glue string. Wow. There we go. It's just stringy everywhere. Yeah, this is just going to take one coat, quick and easy. I'll go ahead and kind of just smooth it out on the back. But the back part of it isn't going to be seen because it's going to be hanging on the wall. But I'm just kind of where the paint is. Oh, got some more hot glue strings. Or a hair or something. And I'm not painting directly on my table here. I have paper down. And get the edges. Little country, French country kind of look here. I'm just getting the edges that might be seen. The tops here. Just a tiny bit more. Oops. Think. And then the bottoms. And that is good. Oh, I like it. Put that in water. Okay. So while that is drying, let me just scooch this over to the side. And that should dry really quickly because move it over to this side because the paper's curling. Because it's like a chalk paint finish. So then we're going to take these. We put something down on here because I don't want to get paint on this. So then what I want to do is take some twine, and this is, you can get twine anywhere. They have it at the Dollar Tree. They have it so many places. And I want to take some of the twine. Let's see. I do want to kind of measure where I want this, because I'm going to put the twine, I'm going to loop and loop and loop this twine around here. And then this, I'm going to then, oh, let me make it a little bit longer. So you want to leave enough that you can tie. So I want to, and then I'm going to loop this around. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see. I'm going to experiment and put a little hot glue down and see what happens. Just to make sure it's secure. Then let's, oh yeah, it's not too hot. So I'm putting I put the hot glue down on the back of it, and it is maintaining just fine. And then I'm gonna tie this on the back side, and then do a little double tie. And I'm gonna stick just a tiny bit of hot glue just to make sure this doesn't unravel, but this should be more than secure enough. Okay. Cut this off there and there. And then we are going to just glue these on here, and then we'll put our little plants in. So I'm going to do 3 more of these. Line it up, yeah. Okay, this is all dry. Oh, I love that color, that sage green. So now what we're gonna do is we are just gonna glue these on to the post. You wanna use enough glue to get it to adhere really well, but you don't want it dripping all over the place. And I'm pushing it against on the bottom. And then we'll just leave that there for a second. And, oh, almost dried. Get a little bit more on there. And you just hold it in place until it dries. We'll do the next one. Like I said, you want a fairly good amount. So these will be really, really good for, like I said, making like little starter house plants, or I grow sweet peas. And so it will be really pretty to put sweet peas in here, or if you have just a single little rose. There's so many different uses for them. Guess I could put it directly on there too, huh? Either way. Oh, that one got a little stringy. Like I said, there's not gonna be much weight on here, and hot glue is a lot stronger than you think. You just have to let it cool down completely. Oops. Oh, that is going to be so cute. Oh, look at that. I love it. And then once we put a little bit of water in here and put the plants in here. So now I'm going to just flip this over. You can see the back isn't super decorated or anything like that. And then all we need to do is get some more of the string. And then to make sure that this is secure on here, so I've got a good amount of string here. And then I'm going to take the two ends and then just tie a knot with the two ends. I'm going to leave this pretty rustic looking. So then what I want to do is take the center. I'm going to glue this completely down like this. I just want to make sure that the center of it is lined up in the center. And then let's put a little bit of hot glue, but we're going to make this really secure. So first I want to just make sure that I get some hot glue down so that it's not moving. And we could always adjust the knot if it gets messed up. So, okay. Now what I'm going to do is just take a piece of cardstock about the width, a little bit shorter. And it doesn't matter what color it is because it's not going to be seen. Okay. And then I'm going to put more hot glue down. And then we're going to put this right on top of that. You want to be careful. And you want to push that down on the edges. And that's going to give that string extra support and something extra that it's gripping to so that it doesn't come off. If you want to use wood glue, you can, but this is just a quick, easy spring craft that I've been wanting to do. The only drawback to hot glue is you get strings. And so once it's all done, and now it will just hang nice and flush on the wall. Oh, isn't that so cute? And that got a little crooked. That's okay. Nothing is perfect in life. But look at how cute that is. All right, I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to get some plants. I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to hang it up, and I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, here it is, all filled. I thought I was recording, and apparently I wasn't. So from left to right, left with the purple flowers are catmint. And this is just what I love about utilizing the garden. Garden plants are pretty. Vegetables and the things we eat are beautiful. So we have catmint here. Then we have mint in the second one over. The white, or the third one from the left, is the yellow flowers, is broccoli. So it is, I always let my plants go to seed so that I can harvest the seed and have them for more than just one season. And I just have this hanging on a little wall next to my hallway and my washing machine. So now it gives me a little bit of encouragement to come over to the washing machine and do my laundry. And then, so that's the yellow flowers is broccoli, and then some more mint. So I hope you like it. If you guys do this, please tag me and share it with me. I would love to see what you create. I hope this inspires you to take a different look at your garden vegetables or your garden plants and bringing them inside and just making something really beautiful and simple. So I hope you like it. And I'm standing holding the video. So my prayer for everyone watching this video today is that you enjoy the beauty of the outdoors and you find a way to bring it inside, that you can look at all of plant and all of God's creations in multiple ways and find the beauty. Let it nourish your soul as well as your body. And that is my prayer for everyone watching the video today. I hope that you like this kind of different content, and just remember that you are loved and you are cherished. Until next time, love always, Savannah.